you might not have Bloomberg on your end, on your PC. So just follow through. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Okay. Usually when I talk to clients, I would have them open Excel and Bloomberg on their end so that they can have hands-on experience. But for now, just follow through. I'll keep it very brief, very straightforward, and I'll go straight into what's most important for you. Okay. So let's begin. Wait, sharing my leadership. Let me share my entire screen instead. Okay. So Bloomberg is a cross-asset database and also analytics platform. We have many different asset classes, fixed income, so your bonds, your FX, your currency. We also have things like commodity prices, equity prices, interest rates, and so many different things, economic indicators as well, right? So many different things. To really understand Excel and what we can do for you, you need to understand how Bloomberg works. I think that's most important, right? How Bloomberg works. So, Bloomberg, uh, we store information in tickers. Okay, so we store information in tickers. What do you mean by tickers? So, for example, uh, Bank Mandiri. Okay, wait for the drop down menu. You see, this is the search bar. Wait for the drop down menu. The tickers are here. Okay, we should have one. This one, the first one is the Bank Mandiri, BMRI, IJ Equity. So this is the ticker here. You can click this. Okay, and this will tell the screen that I am looking at Bank Mandiri, right? I want more. I want all the information that are stored in this particular ticker here. Okay, then these are all the relevant pages to analyze this particular bank. Okay, so we have things like security description. So you can click here. Here you can see that this is all right. The description of the bank, right, is formed by a merger of like 4 state-owned banks. Blah blah blah. This is a brief stock price. What is the valuations of this particular company? So on and so forth. Okay, we have made a lot of information in Bloomberg. And just to let you know, everything here can be downloaded into Excel. Okay, so these are all the information. Okay, but first is the ticker, BMRI. So let's go into Excel now. In Excel, okay, this is the Excel tool. We have the universe or the ticker and the field. Remember we talked about ticker, Bank Mandiri. Okay, and field is basically what you want to download from Bank Mandiri. Okay, all these information, description, price, market cap, shares float, P ratio, all these are tickers. So if you hover your mouse over all these information, more or less, right? If you hover your mouse over all these information, you will see a code. So hopefully you can see my screen. If not, I apologize, but it says here Excel field ID PE underscore ratio. Let me know if you can see, or if you cannot see. If I hover my mouse, you see PX last for price. I hover my mouse here, market cap, CUR underscore MKT underscore cap, right? All these are different field IDs. So let's say I want PE, let's say okay, not PE ratio, let's say price, PX last. I go back, PX underscore last. So I just need these two things, right? You tell the system what you want to download. So who you want to download, okay? BMRI. Okay, this is the company that I want to download. What do you want to download? PX last for price. And the first formula that I will introduce to you is called BDP. Okay, BDP formula stands for Bloomberg data point, equals to BDP ticker in field, and you get the latest price, 6,100 rupiah. 6,100 rupiahs here. Okay, any questions so far? I'd like to pause here for now. Any questions?
Baik, jadi untuk Bapak Ibu dan
Okay.
rekan di sini apakah ada pertanyaan sampai sini terlebih dahulu? Just ask your question in the column
Yeah.
comment.
Do we have to copy? Do we have to copy paste all of the field?
Copy paste the field. So you will need, okay, to download any data, you just need two things, ticker and field. You need the field, yes, right? Whether to copy paste or not, I will show you later on how to find all the fields in Bloomberg terminal. Okay, we have over 100,000 fields in Bloomberg. From there you can copy and paste it into Excel.
Yeah, there is a question from the Mr. Junaidi, Mr. Rifan.
Mm-hmm.
How I can download panel data about social environment governance in Asian countries?
Okay, so ESG data.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So very simple. One moment. Okay. So now it's a very good question, right? What is I want to find ESG data sets on the terminal. How do I do it? First, always start off with just typing in ESG. Okay. So this is like a Google search function. You can search for ESG like this. Just type in ESG, and these are all the various different functions that you can use, or pages that you can use. Okay, you can take a look at ESG like this. Okay, and remember we loaded up Bank Mandiri and we run ESG. So ESG page would point towards Bank Mandiri. Okay, and within this Bank Mandiri here, if you hover your mouse, again, every data point has a mouse, every data point has a field, sorry. If you hover your mouse, let's say over MSCI rating, here you can see how we download. The field is ESG underscore rating. So very quickly, I just type in ESG underscore rating, and it will pull BBB. Okay, so the idea is always to search for the pages on the Bloomberg terminal. I don't remember all the pages, but what you can do is that you can discover what kind of data is available by not just using the pages first. Just look through the pages, explore a little bit, and then go into Excel and download the data into Excel. Okay.
There is a follow-up question from Mr.
Yeah.
Junaidi. I think he's meaning how to download many tickers and many years for the data.
Okay. So historical data, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just keep in mind one thing first. Thing number one is that the Bloomberg terminal. Okay, so we have a lot of abusers in the past. Okay, with regards to people taking data out of the Bloomberg terminal. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, we have users last time wanting to download all fundamental ratios of all companies in Indonesia. So just keep in mind that we do not want people to take data out so much, right?
Yes.
So therefore, we have created a limit to how much data you can download. So I'm saying that just to um, caution everyone first that there is a data limit to how much you can download. Analysis should be done on the Bloomberg terminal here, within the Bloomberg terminal. But if you have to download into Excel, it's okay. We allow you to do it um, meaningfully. But if you want to export the entire database, then that is not possible. Okay. So to answer the question, many tickers, many years. Okay, I can show you later on how you can download historical data. But if you want many tickers and many years, that would be quite dangerous. Okay. So with that, maybe I'll move on into the next part of the session, which is to download historical data. Okay. So historical data is very similar to current data, but we need two more arguments. Okay, we need two more arguments, the start and the end date. Bloomberg data historical, okay, BDH formulas. So the start date, let's say I want PX last for last price. Okay, start is always in year, month, day. So 2020, 0101, to 2024, 0101. Okay, like this. Equals to BDH ticker, field, start, end. And you get historical data. If you want to download from multiple tickers, very simple. What you can do is to do something like this. Let's say I have another company for DCA, BNI. Okay, something like this. Right, multiple companies. What you can do is to use multiple BDH formulas. Okay, so you see this? This is a BDH formula. I can use another one as well. Equals to BDH, ticker, field, start, end. Okay, but now I have this date column. I don't want this date column. What do? I can have a display override. DTS equals to height, height. And now the date column is hidden. Okay, so this is for BBCA. And then now I just have to lock the cells. And I can download for BNI. Yeah, and this is the historical data. So this is okay. This is possible. But if you want to download entire all 1,000 securities, all 1,000 equities in Indonesia, then that would be quite data intensive, right? So if you want to analyze maybe the financial industry, PX last, and do some analysis, okay, that's okay. So don't worry so much, right? But if you want to download the entire database, okay, then that would not be possible. Yeah. Okay, so this is data two different data sets. Current data and historical data. Just to recap, BDH. BDH, ticker, field, start, and end. Okay? Questions so far?
Okay, that's it for Mr. Junaidi. I think that's will be answer your question, sir. And the next one was I think Miss Justine first, yeah, who asked the question, how do we search for climate change, carbon, and ESG materiality? I think she doesn't want to searching company one by one. How
Yep.
do we search compiling for the company in Indonesia comprehensively?
Okay, so this is one thing, yeah, to take note of is that for Bloomberg, we do not have a country because ESG is so big, it's so huge, and we right now um, we do not have a country score, right? We do not score based on countries. Like Singapore is green, or Indonesia is red, or India is green. You know, we don't have a country score, okay? But we have company scores. But you also would have to understand that it is not that straightforward. Our ESG scores are actually normalized, okay? So if you look at the methodology of ESG, it is normalized by industry. So you cannot compare, we don't compare banks with a mining company, and we don't compare agriculture company with telecom or technology companies. So it's very broad, okay? We do have a score which you can use in terms of analyzing a company. It's just that the methodology, the way to answer your question, it is not that straightforward. Yeah, but I can show you what data sets that we have. Okay, so first, again, you can go into ESG. ESG, the second one, BI ESG. So BI is our research house, Bloomberg Research. So Bloomberg also has a research uh, team that will give you some contents into the topics that you have. One of them would be ESG. Okay, if you look at the main page, this is all the research articles that we have. If you want some outlook, you can click into this, and you can see, all right, some commentaries and some ideas on what the ESG um, market, or how is it going to be evolving over time. It's very short, very succinct, and you can get a basic idea, right, of where the direction is heading at. So this is like a qualitative view of ESG. You also, on the left hand panel of your screen, we also have quantitative um numbers of ESG. Okay, so in here we can then see we have aggregated carbon emissions by country. Indonesia is here. Okay, we also have things like carbon emissions per capita. So this is more uh, like macro related data sets. If you want scores, we also have scores. This is, you can click into it. Yeah, these are all like industry wide, so you can create your own filters here at the top. Okay, you can create your own filters, and at the bottom you can then view, right, what are the different ESG scores. Um, it's gonna take quite a while because there's many different. This market is quite complex. Okay, so there are many different, I would say, pillars: environmental, social, and governance. Okay, ESG, right? So we only have two here. Governance score we do not have right now for this particular page, but I would lead you to this particular tab here to look at the governance score, BBG G scores, okay, which is on this particular page here. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Again, if you want to download into Excel, you need two things. Number one, what is the ticker, and what is the field? So usually when you look at a ticker, okay, you can just hover your mouse, Indonesia here, okay, or you can drag and drop to the top. This is the ticker, BCDEID. You can then go into Excel. Okay, this one, my template, index, and the field would be PX last. PX last. There we go. Okay. If you want to download historical, same thing. Uh, hold on. Okay. So 2018. So we have these 3 years of data. Unfortunately, we do not, I think these stickers are not updated anymore. So we do not have further information. So you can go back into this particular page and search for other tickers that we have information on. So 2022 is the latest one, and we have it for all the other, let's say for example, carbon emissions per capita. Yeah, so you can particularly use this data set. Yeah, same thing. Ticker, field, start and end date.
Okay, thank you. Did it answer your question, Miss Justin? I think already, yeah. For the next, uh, you can have the time, Miss Dwi Priyatini. You can on your microphone to ask your question.
Okay, thank you. Is it possible to download about daily data for closing price of a stock?
Uh, Closing price of the stock.
Daily closing price
Yeah.
for a year maybe.
Yep. So we did it already. This is the stock price, and then these are the daily price, right? Between these two dates, 2018 and 2024. And the data is here at the bottom.
So I have to find the company one by one, and then start by finding the tickers and then copying to the Excel and then another field or something else.
Correct. So you will need to know what you want to download. So if you have the company ticker like this, you can download straight away. Are you looking to download? How many companies are you looking to download?
Could you give me some example for maybe one companies to download the daily price for maybe for a month or for years?
Uh, yeah. So this is the example. Ticker, field, start and end, and this is the daily price. This is the formula here, BDH, and then you just use all these different arguments here, ticker, field, start and end, to get this data. I think one extra thing that you asked as well, if you want a monthly price, I will show everyone later on how to use the overrides, the display overrides, but per equals to M is you can download monthly data. So you see these are all the month end data stock price.
So for the daily, what is the formula for the daily?
The daily, just previously it was already daily. So you can use by default it is already per equals to D for daily.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is a default, so you don't have to use anything. It will also download daily data. This is daily already.
Okay,
Okay.
so I have to find each company stickers and then start by copying the tickers and the field to the Excel, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
That
thank
is
you.
correct.
Okay, I think that's enough for the question session. I think
Okay.
continue your description and your presentation, Mr. Ivan.
Okay. So now, I'd like to move on into how people are using Bloomberg to create templates. So in terms of I think data sets, right? other than price, we also have other information. Things like if you go into FLDS, field search, okay, the page FLDS, data field finder. In here, you can this is the catalog to find all the fields. If I want market cap, here, market cap. This is the field. I can copy and I paste this here. EMRI, IG equity. Okay, I have market cap. Field, market cap. You see, then becomes a template. I download market cap over time. So if you want to learn more about what you can download on Bloomberg, you need to first go into FLDS and search for what you want. Free float. Okay, equity free float percentage. Same thing. It's very easy. Copy, copy. Now this is the historical free float percentage of all these different banks. Okay, daily data. So if you were to do this, all the data in the world that the banks and the hedge funds use every day is at your fingertips now. So you can essentially just use FLDS to search for whatever you want to download. Another thing, ESG. We also have ESG scores as well. So let's see, ESG score here. Copy, paste, paste. There we go. Historical ESG score. Now, what does the ESG score mean? Click into the line item, and you can read the description about what this ESG score means. 10 is the best, 0 ranges from 0 to 10, and 10 is the best. Okay? You don't have to worry so much about, oh, I don't know what each field would mean. No worries. Free float. Okay, you can see that we have information, descriptions of what is available to be downloaded, okay, and what you are downloading. 39.19. What does it mean? That this is what it means. Okay, FLDS is good. Questions so far? Okay, I see quite a lot of questions. Can I override with USD? Is it possible to know the structure of the board in terms of gender, education? Yeah, so a lot of ESG related questions. So same thing, right? Just type in gender. You see, we have gender breakdown, gender diversity, things like that. So let's say I look through all the fields. Okay, there are 9 pages. And just see which one is available, and I'll pull it. Seems like this one. Percentage board members are women score 3. Board gender diversity score 3. Interesting. Click into this. You can read what this means. 0 to 10. 10 is best. Fine. Looks good. I can download. So gender diversity. Yeah, there we go. So BCA has 0. BMRI has more. BBNI is getting worse. Yep. Yeah, same thing. Just search, right? So salary. Or if you can go into a company security, okay, in here, management, you can then take a look at all the board management here. Yeah, what's the tenor, what's the age, this is the board, this is the committee. Okay, if you want to look at the pay, FLDS again, board salary. Board. So these are all the information that we have. If there is no, if you search for board and there's no like salary, then yeah, unfortunately we do not have information for that particular data point. Yeah, seems like we do not have it, but we do have like diversity. Okay, any other questions?
I think anybody in here want to ask some question? You can on mic or click it in your commenter.
So yeah, the answer. So Junaidi asked, in my research, can I explain how the measurements of the number? Okay, yeah, we can, but it's gonna take a while. So ESG, okay, seems like it's a very popular topic on the floor. Methodology, this is where we have the methodology. Okay, so you need to go into the ESG page, methodology, ESG score, and we provide you the PDFs. Yeah, here of all the scores that we use. This is a broad overview. Okay, if you want more details, then you can take a look at all these different links. You can also make use of FLDS, ESG, ESG score. Okay, yeah, this doesn't really help, but then there you go. You see here, this metric is part of ESG financial materiality score model. For more information, please refer to the Bloomberg ESG score methodology documents. This one. And these documents are found in ESG. Here, methodology. Okay?
Okay, the next one was from Miss Tini. It is possible in Bloomberg to know the depreciation expense to out security in Indonesia for 10 years. I think, let's say 2012 until 2022. I think the period. Okay, using Excel.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, right, like, just be careful on, again, total, uh, uh, like, countrywide fundamentals. I think I can show you one thing that would help you. So this is BDH and BDP. Yeah, let me highlight. There's one more thing called BQL, Bloomberg Query Language. This is the next level, yeah? Okay. So I tell you what, why not we take a break here for now, okay? Because I know it's been already 1 hour. So let's take a 5-minute break. I'll come back at 3:30, okay, and we'll answer that question on how can we get overall countrywide fundamentals like depreciation expense. Okay, so that one will come back in 5 minutes. So everyone, let's take a break first for now. I know it's been long. We'll come back.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Ivan. I think there's some trouble in here in connection. Oh. Baik, Bapak Ibu, mohon ditunggu. Jadi untuk sampai sekarang ini apakah ada pertanyaan? Dan dimohon jangan bertanya Pak untuk pertanyaan yang sudah dijawab ya Bapak Ibu. Karena nanti di akhir sesi hasil rekornya ini akan dibagikan kepada peserta yang ada di Zoom ini seperti itu. Oke, Mr. Ivanteo, are you back in here? Okay, I think I want to ask some question. This question was special because the question was from Library Unair. So what did we want to ask was, are there any limitation that we can scrape data from the Bloomberg in the Excel using the BDH or BDP formula? The limitation, like let's say daily limit, weekly limit, or monthly limit, and how much the limitation?
Mm. Okay. I think we don't. Okay, so for limitations, we do not have like a number in Bloomberg, so we cannot tell. Even we also don't know. Myself at Bloomberg, we don't know how much is the maximum that my clients can download. So it is nobody can know. It's not special for your university. Even Bank Indonesia also don't know how much they can download. What is the maximum they can download, right? But because the licensing of Bloomberg is that it is not a data, we do not license our entire database to all our clients. There is a limit to how much, and the limit is very reasonable. Okay, we do not impose such a restriction, a huge restriction on the limit of how much data you can download. So it is reasonable for a maybe a a couple of. It really depends on the workflow, right? Because I'm not too sure on the research papers that you are writing, but it is reasonable. So but what is unreasonable is that maybe you want to scrape all the information from our database, like I want to download all equities in the world, price from 1 year ago to today, then that's not possible, right? So that's basically scraping our database, and we would be there would be a like a warning or like a flag that hey, you are downloading too much data, sent, and you would then have like restrictions on how much you can download. So hopefully everyone here knows that there is a limit, and if you hit the limit for your account going forward for 1 month, meaning we go by calendar months, yeah. So if you hit the limit on the first week of June, then the 3 weeks after that you cannot use until you reach July. Yeah.
Okay, so right now I'm using the Bloomberg terminal in the library Unair. So yeah, the Bloomberg already have the limit. We can scrap that anymore. So we need to wait 3 weeks from now until the July. You mean
Right.
that? Okay. So what did you suggest to the library as the person in charge of this Bloomberg terminal?
I think because library is very open, right, and university is so big,
Yes.
it's really just about education, but you cannot really educate everyone because people come and go. So unfortunately, this is
Hi, sorry, maybe I can chime in. Hey,
yeah.
I'm the account manager for Unair. Maybe for the data limit, we're talking about data limit now, right? So
Right.
what I've seen other universities have done is that they allocate PICs on who can extract the that data to Excel. So usually these can be professors or TAs, teaching assistants, and myself and Ivan can help train them to leverage and optimize the Excel workflow, so you can extract the correct data with the most efficient formula. And another tip is to avoid using the export button kaya on FA, financial analysis. If you export, say you're looking at the entire Indonesian stock market, there's around like 900 stocks, and you want to extract just the PE ratio, for instance. If you click on the export button, it will automatically export all the other columns as well, which makes it quite inefficient because they will be exporting the data that they don't need. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adi. So, what the Bloomberg suggests to the library owner was there must be a person in charge to extract the data, right?
What I've seen other universities like Undip, UI, Prasetya Mulia, and so on.
Okay, so the person in charge will be held responsible for all the extraction data, and the person who visit library to get the data must deliver the demand to the person in charge.
Yeah,
First,
that would be a better workflow to avoid this, because the moment you hit the data limit, you will have to wait until the following month.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is still early in June, yeah, but already limit.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the terminal right now. Yeah.
Let me just check. Okay, so but the Excel was working at the beginning, right? Like for the past few days.
Well, yeah. I'm the first person in here to get the data, and in in the Monday, third Monday, yesterday, it's still I can still download the data, but right now it's already in limit.
Okay.
It's a NA review. Yeah, NA. I can share the screen right now, I think. Wait, hold on.
And can I also check what kind of data do you normally extract?
I think did already. Well, yeah, this is it. Yes, this is for the LPAPSI research. And normally I extract the data for the ESG, and I'm using the BDH formula, BDH, right here. This is the ticker and the years that our research won, and we scrap it, but already in limit. I think it's monthly limit.
And can I also check what is your end goal? Because I see that you're trying to extract the ESG score for the past 10 years, kan?
Yes.
Are you trying to see the growth, or like trying to find out?
So LPAPSI focus was to develop the research about the governance and the sustainable performance of the uh, firm, for the past 10 years, and the end goals was to publish our research using the data of the Bloomberg.
Ivan, is there a more efficient way to do this using BQL?
Yeah, first thing first, I using the function of the AQL, equity screening. So this is the row. Wait, hold on. This is the raw data from the AQL. Sorry, this is it. This is the all firm in the Thailand, and this is the years that we won, 2013 to 2023. And after that, we use this formula to generate the ticker and the years exactly in the same place as the formula BDH, like this. This is it. And
All
after
right. So
we
yeah.
input
So
our field formula.
yeah. So the thing is, right? You see, this is one example of how uh, like the limit will be hit because you're downloading a lot of data, 2,500 securities. and ESG data, right? So many fields as well. So the question here is, you know, what are you using the data for? Do you need to scrape the data, or can you use the Bloomberg terminal to analyze the market? So if you can use the Bloomberg terminal to analyze, you don't need the data on Excel, then you see, I just showed you a few pages on Bloomberg, right? That has the country ESG scores, the country emissions. Maybe you can use that to do your research. Other than that, I'm going to introduce to you BQL in the last 20 minutes of this session, which will show you how you can aggregate and save the consumption of data, and not hit these kinds of like hurdles, limitations going forward.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Okay, so I'll share my screen again. And okay, so again, this is a Bloomberg query language. Yeah, this one. Focus on this one. We need universe now and field. Okay, so this is a bit different from the past. Universe is the same, a bit different. Yeah? So you can use the same BMRI, IJ equity. Field, PX last. BQL equals to BQL, universe, and field. Okay, we get the price here. Now just take a look at that question on interest or depreciation expense. So going back to the page, I search for depreciation. Okay, we have a few. Okay, source. Okay, one thing. FLDS. Remember, if you use BQL, you need to use source BQL. It's different now. So depreciation again. Search for depreciation. And these are the fields. IS depreciation expense. Okay, this is maybe what I want. I copy this and I paste this here. I'm downloading the depreciation expense of BMRI. Let's say with BQL, there are one advantage now is that you can use multiple tickers. So looking at this, let's say I want BBCA and BBNI. I can do this. And in one go, one formula, I download 3 depreciation expense for these 3 companies. And I can do this. Group. So I group them together and I sum. So this is the sum of these 3 companies' depreciation expense. If I want to do across maybe an index, I can do this. Members of JCI index. Hold on, I need to check the data quality first. Okay, yep, there are a few numbers, there are a few NAs. Just to make sure that currency override equals to IDR, because some of them might be reporting in a different currency, not too sure. Okay, drop NA. So I'm dropping all the NAs. Hold on, yeah. Common true. Okay, see, all the NAs are dropped. Group, I group them together, all of them, and I sum. I want to know what's the total depreciation expense for JCI. This is the value. Okay, in terms of IDR. Let me divide it by 1 trillion, 1T. Okay, so 282 trillion depreciation expense. This is BQL. This is aggregation. You don't have to download 800 data points. You are only downloading one data point. And with this one data point, you can get the insight, 282. So it's fast and it's efficient as compared to previously BDH formulas whereby this is not possible. Okay, so you can think about, I know this is pretty complicated, right? It's more complicated than your BDH and BDP, than these two, but this is the next level, right? You can think about how the world is moving towards Python programming. Okay, this is very similar, a little bit similar. Okay, not very similar, but it's similar to where we are heading towards, and we have created this query language to help you aggregate and to answer questions like this. Yeah. So this is how we do it. If you want to do historically, it's the same thing. You need to understand the overrides. So which I will go through later on in this training. But hopefully everyone can see that we have a solution for you. You don't have to download all the raw data sets. Yeah? Okay, any questions first?
Oke, thank you Mr. Rivanteo. Are there any question, Bapak Ibu sekalian? Pak bisa bertanya langsung raise hand on mic, kemudian bisa bertanya. No? No one?
Okay.
I think you can continue your explanation first. Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's a bit, so it's a little bit complicated. So I'm just going to show you now BQLX. If you're interested to learn more about BQL, this is the help page or the documentation for it. This episode, just type in BQLX, right? You scroll down a little bit, episode 1 to 5. This is the training for BQL. So you can understand what we have, how to create your own BQL query like what I did earlier. If you go to the left, BQL for equities, BQL for ESG, okay? This is where we have created templates for you to take a look at, or you can analyze, right? ESG. You can see how people are analyzing ESG using BQL. Okay, so equities, this is where we can find information on equities. And there we go. BQL for fundamentals, for index financials, so on and so forth. So this is the help page, the documentation for BQL. I recommend everyone to take a look at this, just to understand what BQL is, and just get yourself trained up on BQL. This is and don't use BDH anymore. I know your research projects are usually very data intensive. It is not recommended to download so much data like the Excel sheet that you have shown me. I would recommend, if you don't need, if your question is just what is the total, what is the trend of ESG score in mining companies in Indonesia? Use BQL. Don't download the raw data. Okay, if your question is what is the total emissions for all the listed companies in Indonesia, don't download the raw data. Just use BQL to do it. Okay. All right. Now let's then showcase something else as well. So BQL is, how do I put this? It's very similar to SQL language. Okay, I don't like to put it that way, but you can think about this as our next generation like query language of our database. I will show you now other examples of how people are using BQL. Okay. So the first is something like this. Is what we call aggregation. Another one can be things like if you want to do screening of stocks, okay, like your EQS screening. So first, you can see here that these are all the different companies in Indonesia, like this. Okay. Let's say I want to find what are the technology companies in Indonesia. I can use a screening like filter members of the JCI index, sector name, technology. Information technology, not technology. Information technology. Yeah. So these are all the companies, 40 plus around, no, maybe around 30 plus companies in the information technology sector. I can then download what is the sales, ref, turn. This is the sales value. Okay. I can do things like FPO, FPR equals to 2022. Okay, these are overrides, and this will then tell you, okay, these are the 2022 sales for all these companies. What if I want to do a trend? So I do this, yeah? I can use multiple fields now, 2023 and 2024. And I download all in one go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, obviously 2024 is not yet concluded, so we would have a lot of NAs. So now you can do your aggregation, right? What is the trend of sales equals to sum and things like that. Okay, you can do it on Excel, and you can then calculate. Oh yeah, there's NAs here, so you have to drop NAs. Let's see, group sum. Need to drop. You drop NA, comma true. Sorry, just give me a moment. Yeah. Okay. Group and sum. So this is the total 2022 revenue for the IT sector. Wait, what's going on? Okay, yeah, I know what's going on. You need to set the currency. Currency equals to IDR. Okay, then you can sum it all up because one company in there is reporting in USD, I think. Okay, so this is the 2022 value, and you can do, yeah, like a trend, right? 2021, 2022, and 2023, all in one go. And you can then do some charts for your research, like this. Okay, total sales of IT sector in Indonesia. All this without downloading 800 times, 3 years of data. You don't need. You just need to use BQL. Okay, I know it's complicated. I know it's not that straightforward because given that I only have 20 minutes, but I would this is the idea here is to inspire everyone to maybe learn a little bit more about what we have. Okay, and we have resources like BQLX. Okay, for you to learn more, right? We have all these videos here so that you can understand more about BQL. Okay, yeah, actually that's it for me in terms of sharing how you can use Excel to download data. I'd like to pause here for Q&As or any questions. You don't have to do anything to do with Excel, but any questions with regards to Bloomberg, we'll be happy to answer.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Ipandeo, for okay. So Bapak Ibu sekalian, silahkan please if you want to ask a question, you can raise hand on your microphone or just ask in the column below. Okay, so we have Mrs. Dwi Prihatini. You can have your times. Let's on your microphone first.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So can you make some summary for all
Sorry, Miss Dwi. I think your connection is...
of the formula to do the BDH and download something? Then I must do. Yeah, is it clear?
Can you repeat your question? I think your connection slow.
Okay, sorry. So I just want to summarize about the formula to do the BKL and BDH. So I have to find myself about the formula if I want to compile something from the Bloomberg, right? For instance, we have some formula for making some to compile the revenue or sales. But if I want to try it with a different kind of data, so I must to compile it by myself to do the BKL or something. Is that correct? Or do you have some summary about all of the formula to do that?
Yeah, so we have help pages like BQLX. That one is a page where you can find the formulas to download.
Okay, could you show me the
Yeah.
page?
Okay. Okay, so BQLX, BQL formulas here. You can see the syntax examples here. This is for BQL only. Help the API or desktop API. Okay, this is for BDH and BDP formula. BDP, BDH formula here. You click this and you scroll down. These are all the examples for BDH and BDP formulas. Yeah, yeah.
Could you show from the beginning? I'm sorry.
Okay. There's two pages, BQLX, okay, and help the API. These two pages, help the API is for BDH, BDP, BQLX is for BQL. And you can then go down, BQLX, right? Always on the left panel, you can see the BQL formula referencing here. Help DAPI, the API. For BDH, BDP formulas here. Yeah. And you can then find examples at the bottom.
Okay, so and then I must compile all of my requirements through that formula, right? To find what I need from Bloomberg.
Yeah. That's why it's important to learn.
It is only for
one
for each companies, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any index from Bloomberg, for example, about the fear index or volatility index?
Yeah, you can just search for them. So on the terminal, or again, you need to search for the feed the ticker. So VIX index. See, this is the VIX. This is the code. Volatility. Okay, there we go. See, there's always securities here. You can search for. These are the tickers. Any other questions?
Thank you very much. Yes, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you for the question, Ms. Dwi. The next one, Mr. Muhammad Safdar, you can have the time. Let's on your microphone first.
Yeah, Mas, thank you so much. I have conducted research on emerging economies like Pakistan and Indonesia. Can I have proper access through Bloomberg's to found the ESG data score relevant to my country, Pakistan?
Okay, so Mr. Ivan, I think Mr. Muhammad Sabdar asked about can he get the data of the ESG in the Pakistan?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so we already went through that just now. So um, you have to go through, you have to find the ticker. So always find the ticker. Okay. ESG, Pakistan, uh, more securities. So these are all the different securities that we have. It's not really a lot. Um, yeah, not really a lot. So again, we can go into ESG. Remember the ESG BI ESG page. This is the research page. We have quantitative data sets like macro here. Okay, Asia, Pakistan here. So there we go. We can find the ticker, Pakistan.
yeah,
This is the ticker, and yeah, you can just use that and download the data. At the
yeah,
end of the day, you just need to find what
yeah,
is the ticker for what you want to download.
yeah. Thank you so much for confirmation.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Muhammad Sabdar, for the question. Are there any question or following question or additional question from the Mr. and Mrs. all participant in here? Are there any question? Anyone? Or Mr. Ivan want to ask question for the participant in here?
No, I'm all good, but I think
All good, yeah?
not a question, but just maybe just a closing comment is that I'm glad that everybody is interested to learn more about Bloomberg and what we have to offer. Don't we have a lot of data and tools like what you see today in 1.5 hours. We have only scraped the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So feel free to explore. Like I really encourage everyone to explore. It's a good skill to know. Next time when you go out and um, job interviews or in your if you want to work in the financial sector or anything to do with the financial markets, this Bloomberg you would definitely have to use Bloomberg, and it's a very important skill. So very good, very glad to see the interest is strong today. Yeah, and hopefully you have taken something out of out from today's session.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ivan. Oh, I think I want to ask some question because the question from the participant. What makes the difference between Bloomberg and other tools in this country, like let's say sustain analytics or etc. What makes the difference between these tools?
Um, sorry, I think I have another meeting at 4 o'clock.
Oh yes.
So um, yeah, I think I would have to drop off now. I have
Oh,
another client meeting, so apologies on that. Uh, but the difference between Bloomberg and other providers, sorry, Ade, do you want to take it? Oh,
Yeah, sure. So
yeah.
I think
Thank you.
there's a
So
lot of
guys, I have to
financial.
drop. I have to drop now, but it's been nice meeting everyone. So thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, so there's a lot of financial data providers out there, right? And say, for instance, there's Sustainalytics, there's also Statista. It at the end of the day, it depends on what you need. So kalau di Bloomberg itu, we primarily focus on 4 asset classes, which is fixed income, equity, forex, and also commodities. Yeah, but say if you are looking for something more specific, ya, seperti statistik by population by region, atau like if you're looking for specific macro economic data for like per country or per region in Indonesia seperti in Aceh, Lampung, and so on and so forth. There are other providers that are specifically focusing on those seperti CIC atau juga Statista is pretty good. Misalnya other things, for instance, if you're looking for data-data untuk private market, usually there's PitchBook, which is well known to be used by private equity companies and also venture capital firms. So primarily, Bloomberg focuses on the public market, and yeah, it depends on what kind of data you specifically need.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hidayat, for your quick answer. So, jadi begitu, Bapak Ibu sekalian, untuk pertanyaan barusan ini, apa sih? Jadi memang banyak tools di luar sana, financial tools. Kembali lagi, at the end, it depends on what do you need the data for. Seperti itu. Okay. Thank you. That's it for me. I am Richie, and as the moderator of today's session, thank you very much for Mr. Ivanteo and Mr. Adi Dayat. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'll be give it back my position to the MC today, Miss Shifty.
Oke, terima kasih Bapak Ricci sama Bapak Ade ya, sama Mr. Theo juga. Baik Bapak Ibu, apakah ada yang ingin ditanyakan? Monggo, kami persilakan karena waktunya masih ada ya. Oke, baik Bapak Ibu, jika tidak ada yang bertanya, mohon izin untuk menutup acara begitu ya. Baik, terima kasih kami ucapkan kepada para narasumber. Ada Mr. Ivan yang mungkin sudah ini ya, kemudian Bapak Moderator, Mas Rizky ya, kemudian Bapak Ibu peserta yang berpartisipasi dalam acara hari ini, juga terima kasih untuk Bapak Adi Wijaya. Semoga materi yang telah disampaikan bermanfaat bagi perkembangan dalam kemajuan riset di lingkungan Universitas Erlangga. Baik, saya Septi selaku pembawa acara mewakili panitia yang bertugas. Mohon maaf atas kurang lebihnya dalam penyelenggaraan acara. Akhirul kalam, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang dan salam sejahtera.
Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Rishi, thank you, Mr. Ade, Mbak.
Oke, baik Bapak Ibu, kami informasikan sedikit ini untuk presensi workshop bisa langsung melihat di kolom komentar gitu ya.